It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number one business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we are on a mission. And our mission really is to inspire. Our mission is to empower. And our mission is to provide you, that's right, you, the hardworking entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Dr. Tammie Harris. Yes, she's in the building to talk about really how to have the mindset to millions in spite of life. What's going on, Dr. Tammie? How are you?
Oh my goodness, Shay Brown, what an honor to be in the building with the one and only. I am super good.
Well, good. I'm excited to be here. I've had a chance to meet you more than one time, see you in person, hang out with you. And I don't get a chance to do that with many folks or guests on this show, but I have. So I was really excited and I couldn't wait for this episode for a couple of reasons. Here's one of the reasons that you have this belief that folks can have the mindset of millions in spite of life. And my first question is, what's holding people back today? I mean, we got Instagram, we've got TikTok, we've got every communication device, we got Chat GPT. There's probably more churches around than ever before. Yet you're talking about how to have the mindset to millions. What holds people back today from just having the right belief and taking action to get whatever they want in life?
Great question, Shay. And I'm telling you, it is us. It is the person that continues to hold themselves back. We're walking around literally with imposter syndrome. I love all these platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn. I mean, we can go on and Twitter. But what happens is people begin to see themselves as an imposter because they're comparing. They're trying to measure themselves up to what they're seeing out here in social media.
Now, when you say imposter syndrome, that means a whole lot of things, right? So some people might be sitting back. Myself, I went to DC public schools, by the way. So they're probably saying, okay, what is her definition of imposter syndrome? What does that look like these days? So can you slow down for a moment and say, hey, here's what imposter syndrome means, and here's how it applies from based on your observation and why it's holding people back?
Well, I'll give a great example of a personal experience. I remember when I was working in real estate, and I still do, and I was making 6, 7 figures, and I felt so good about it. I was hyped, I was excited, but I felt like a fraud. And the reason why I felt like a fraud was because I didn't have good infrastructure, meaning I didn't have a CPA, I didn't have a attorney, in-house. I didn't have the best record keeping that I thought I should have. And I would look at other people's who had all those things that I thought I should have, and I felt insecure, insignificant. And my business coach said to me one day, Tammie Harris, it is no way that you don't have an infrastructure and you're making 6 and 7 figures, sometimes monthly. Get over yourself. And I had to literally come to the understanding that everybody systems don't look alike, and we must stop feeling like we are a fake and walk in the greatness that we have and that who we are.
I love that. And so when you talk about those challenges that are holding us back, from your view of the world, obviously, what do you say to the person that is right now saying, okay, she says how to have a mindset to millions, but Shay, I'm trying to have the mindset to pay my rent tomorrow. Now, I know there's two groups we're going to talk to. I know we're going to talk to one group in a minute that's you got to help them get going. And we respect that. There's no shame. There's nothing wrong with that. I've been to some very dark places in my life, and it's okay. And I'm going to ask Tammie to talk to you, by the way. We'll have a real talk. Dr. Tammie's a real person, so she can talk to that. And then we'll come back and talk to all the superstars out there that life's going very, very well, but you want more. Okay, so we're going to get to you. But I would like for her to talk to the person that might be listening and saying, Tammie, I'm in a very dark place. You don't understand I've been through a divorce. Or you don't understand I just had a child. Or you don't understand I got laid off. Or you don't understand life's rocked me because I'm taking care of parents or whatever the situation may be. And for me to have a mindset of millions, I'm trying to have a mindset how to make it through the day. And that means life showing up for them, right? I mean, you said in spite of life. So what would you say to that person that's listening, that's watching, that's leaning in right now?
Yeah, I grew up personally the daughter of sharecroppers from Eastern North Carolina. I've lived in the projects, I've lived in the trailer park, and I haven't always had a mindset to millions. Then I grew up in a family that didn't know how to motivate you. They didn't know how to encourage you. They didn't know how to say, go, girl, get it, girl. What I would say to that person is, and I've been married, single, separated, and divorced, I've been a single mom. You have to make a decision, in spite of what state in life that you're in, that it doesn't last forever. So you have to look forward to the future. You have to connect with people like Shay Brown. You have to connect with, YouTube and Instagram and things of that nature that's going to pull you up, that's going to speak to you and get you a why. I had to get a why. I didn't want to be poor anymore. I didn't want to have a negative $5.75 in my checking account. And here I am with the sun, not knowing how I was going to make it. So I had to decide, regardless of where I was able and willing to do something different.
Do something different. Don't worry, we'll get to some of the things you can do that is different. But I also want her to, for a moment, take a moment and talk to the person out there that's life's pretty good. They're doing well, but they know they have the potential inside to perform at a higher level. They're like, look, I'm not trying to be the smartest person in the room. All right. I'm no matter what I have, I'm trying to get more and be around more folks because I'm never going to stop learning. What would you say to that person that's listening right now in order to encourage them, in order to continue to go after what? The mindset of millions. And we'll get to that later. I'm going to ask you, what does that even mean and what does it look like? But I just want to have a conversation because I know we're at different places and some of you are listening saying, hey, should I continue to listen to Tammie, Dr. Tammie? What's going on here? Well, she's going to talk to you right now. So talk to the person who's doing well, but they know there's more inside of them.
We got to keep tapping into the why. My why initially, Shay, was about my 5-year-old son. Wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to give him a life that he deserved because I didn't want us to be another statistic. Guess what? My why changed. When he's 22, he's a homeowner, he has a LLC. So over time, my why changed. Then my why became about affordable housing. I wanted something bigger than just me. Oh, I'm so excited. I definitely want to plug this in because this tells you how your why can shift and change and make you do more. I wanted to go to Africa and build tiny homes. November, I'm going to South Africa. I'm going to Johannesburg, and my real estate company and my Kayla J Community Foundation. We're going to build 10 tiny homes. So you got to tap into your why, and your why has to continue to evolve so that it's not just about you and yours, but it's about whoever needs something from me, whether it's in the form of finances or mentoring, coaching, whatever the case may be. But you got to keep digging deep so you won't become stalemate.
I like that. Stalemate. I love it, by the way. I love it. Folks, at least now I would like to know a little bit about who is Dr. Tammie. You gave us a little bit here, a little bit there. They're like, Shay, what's her backstory? What's her journey? What was that defining moment where she put a fork in the ground and said, you know what? I'm all in and I'm going to make this work. And her mindset shifted. So if you can, take us on a journey. Tell a little about who are you and what's your backstory and what led you to doing what you're doing now.
Absolutely. So, as I stated earlier, I'm the daughter of sharecroppers, grew up super poor in Eastern North Carolina. I've been through a lot of processes and journeys. I've had trauma. I've been abused, abandoned, and neglected. But I live to tell the story. That's one of my taglines. I live to tell the story, mindset to millions. And I understood as a child growing up, experiencing so many moves, about 28 moves in my whole lifetime. I understood not because we were military family, but because we were poor and we would get padlocked out. And so we would have to find places to live. I didn't know how. But I knew I wanted to be a social worker, family therapist, and I had a chance to do that for 18 years because I wanted to help people. I wanted to get people to their next place. And along with that, because I experienced so many housing crises, I knew that I wanted to work in real estate. And so I've been doing that now for 16 years. So I have a background of getting out there where the people are and serving them in a level to help them understand that they have what it takes. And of course, now, I own Tammie Harris Coaching, and I work with entrepreneurs who want to make 6 to 7 figure income, 35 plus, men and women who are entrepreneurs and want to kick butt.
Congratulations, man. What you're doing is making a huge difference in the world. Share with us the 1, 2, and 3. I mean, maybe you have 3 steps, or maybe 3 ideas, or maybe 3 things that is you out there listening right now. These are actionable items that you can do. She's always talking about having the mindset to millions in spite of life. Okay. Not only is she a shining example, but now you get your paper and pen out. You can say, oh, wait a minute. She's going to show me. She's going to say some things that I could do. Yeah. And here's the cool news. No credit card needed. Like you could take this idea right now. You could have that mindset. You could make that decision now. And Dr. Tammie is going to lead the way. So give us maybe three things we all can do right now to have the mindset to millions.
First thing I want to say, Shay, understand that everything that you've been through up to this point has brought you to this place called here. No tears wasted. I had to realize that every challenging situations have given me the grit, the perseverance, the hustle, baby, the hustle. Everything that I've been through, the good, bad, and the ugly, have given me experience. So stop wishing you had a different life than what you had. Number one, the life that you got was the life that you got. Take lemons, make some lemonade. So stop feeling sorry for yourself and have some gratitude. So that's number one. I know I said a couple of things in number one, but you got to do that, because when you become appreciative, then you can understand that the process of the journey was worth it. Number two, you must be willing to get with folks who have done what it is you're trying to do. You must stop being intimidated, afraid. Oh, I don't speak well. I was in speech therapy for years. I flunked a grade, okay? If anybody could have a comparison issue or deep fear and insecurities, it would have been me, and it was me at a given time. But you must make up your mind. You got to get with people who have done what it is you're trying to do, or they done more. And along with that same number two, if you are the brightest light in your room, if you are the beaming light and everybody got to ask you questions, you are in the wrong room. You must be willing to go to new rooms with new people, with new ideas to get to your new next. Number three, I may be a little biased, but listen, you need power bigger than you. And that power, I call the power of God. Some people call it faith. Some people call it their spirituality. Too much is going on in the world for you to be out here floating on your own, thinking you're going to get to mindset the millions, making 100 plus, making, million plus a month in your business, and you depending on you. You better get something bigger and higher than you, but also in that, have you a team. I say teamwork makes the dream work. I say I'm building an empire. So if you're building an empire, you can't do the finances, the TV show, write the book, take care of the children. You can't do all of that alone. Get you a higher power and get you a team of people around you that's going to push you in your back and say, go, girl, get it, girl.
How does Tammie overcome fear, or what does Dr. Tammie suggest? I'll say Dr. Tammie suggests to other folks to deal with the fear factor, right? And I'm not saying it's fear like, oh my God, it's just like, wow, what if I fail? Wow, what if I go all in and I put a little more on my credit card than I want to? What if I look like a fool, right? What if? The old what if scenario. So there's a question I'm asking Dr. Tammie. For some of you, you're like, whoa, Shay, I like to know, how does she expand her comfort zone, Shay? How does she overcome fear? What are some affirmations maybe she tells herself? What are some thoughts she tells herself? I think it's fair. And if that's you, you got Dr. Tammie Harris on the other side.
Well,
they can help you right now. Take it away, by the way.
I'm
How do you deal with
tell you,
fear?
Shay. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you, I love tell personal stories. I came to a point in my life where I say this, and I'm careful how I say it, but it's real true. All you got to do is look over your shoulder. Look at what you've already been through. I think about my life. How did I get over fear? I know what it's like to bury a child. I know what it's like to have a stillborn. I know what it's like to birth a child. The worst things that could have happened to me, they've already happened. And that's most people. Most people in America has had some form of rejection, disappointment, challenges. People have filed bankruptcy. I've been divorced. I mean, so I made a decision. If I got through all of that, oh my goodness, life is just getting better now. So it's all about how you see things. You have to make a decision to find the good. And I keep digging through. I'm gonna find the good before it's all said and done.
Are there any affirmations that you, is there one or two affirmations that you hold near and dear to your heart that allows you to find that happy space, if you would, that allows you to get into that moment? Some people call it that, and for other people they call it a state of mind. Right? They're able to listen to a song or have a quote or affirmation. So my question to you is, what's one or two affirmations that you tell yourself to kind of keep you going?
Well, one that I tell myself almost every single day, regardless to what my bank account looks like, regardless to what my relationship status is, regardless to what my children are up to, I am healthy. I am healthy. I am wealthy and I am wise. Literally, simple as that. I am healthy, wealthy, and I am wise, and I'm getting better all the time. Things are falling into place. 1 week don't make my month. 1 month does not make my year, and 1 year does not make a decade. So I got time to win.
I leave it. Time to move on, time to do some things that are just super amazing. What does success look like for you these days, by the way? Before we get into today's my January 1st segment, when you step back and you look at all that you've accomplished, all that you're doing, going forward, what does success look like for Dr. Tammie Harris?
Shay, man, you ask the most wonderful questions and you make me think, and I love that. Over time, I realized that I've been successful in different seasons and I've been not so successful in other seasons. And then I learned from that past season. But what I'm realizing now, my birthday was just, a couple of months ago. I turned 55 and I call it double nickel, 5-5, double grace. I'm walking into my new next. And what I realized, peace. Success looks like peace for me. Now, not peace, the kind of peace where everything is just perfect and I'm just sitting back on the beach, but peace that I'm walking into the design and the calling and what God has orchestrated for my life. And for me, that's given back through the Kayla J Foundation. I have a couple of organizations and companies that I work, with and connect with and that I own. But going to Johannesburg, South Africa to build tiny homes, man, that's a win for me. Having an opportunity to give back even in my local community. We just finished up some things with Backpack Buddy program, Rise to Hunger. We have this wonderful program in the city that I live in that I'm not the chair, I'm not a board member, but I love their idea. They work with foster children who are aging out of foster care and they have no place to go. Me raising funds and being part of that and giving back to that. Oh my goodness, providing housing for them. That's what I'm talking about. So it's bigger than me now. It's about what's going on outside of me that can help others.
Said so well. We have a segment here called Today is My January 1st. And for those folks that tune in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I know you wait for this moment to tell yourself and to acknowledge that no matter what's going on, that today is my January 1st. And I feel good. Happy New Year to you. And for others, You're very new. This is maybe your first time. Welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show family. We suggest you take this message and please forward. Please pay it forward. If you've gotten one idea, hit the share button, hit the like button, leave a comment below. It helps us in the show, but it also helps impact the life over and beyond the time that we have now. But today is our January 1st, just so you're clear. It's our personal mantra. It represents a new start. It represents a do-over. Today is my January 1st, means the past. No matter how dark, no matter how gloomy, no matter what has ever happened back there, it no longer equals the future. And so my question to Dr. Tammie Harris, and she said so much, but don't worry, she got more. Don't worry, she got more. That what was, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And number two, what was another one of your January 1st moments where there was a setback, where things didn't go the way they wanted them? And how were you able to use your mindset to, boom, bounce back?
Shay, I love something that one of our good friends, Eric Thomas, says, you owe you. January 1st, I realized, Tammie Harris, you owe you. What is it that you need to do next to cultivate the life that not only do you want for yourself, because I'm living my best life, but the life that you want others to experience? My mom, the daughter of the sharecropper, I'm her daughter, my dad, have an opportunity to have done many things for them. But recently, in my January 1st thought process, we started a podcast together called Mama E and Dr. T, Moments with Mama E and Dr. T, and just talking about life, talking about experiences, talking about we live to tell the story and how to get there. I think another one of my January 1st moments would be, how is it that I show up in 2024 with an even healthier mindset? Because life be lifing. Oh my God, 2023 has been a year for me. It's been a good year. It's been a challenging year. I've lost some things. I've gained some things. So Happy New Year, Tammie. You're showing up as your best self. You're stronger, you're wiser, you're better, and you're ready to go forward.
Ready to go forward. I just love it. Don't you feel the energy? Don't you feel where her heart's coming from? She has such a heart to give, such a heart to really, really serve. And one of my favorite questions to ask Dr. Tammie is, what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given? And I kind of frame it around of all the mentors you've had, and whether you met them in person, met them online, or maybe read books, or maybe studied them. What's one of the lessons you learned from any of your mentors that you would pass on to us? And you at home, you the viewer, you the listener, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing right now, you could be cooking, I get it. Maybe you're driving, I understand. Maybe you're picking up family or taking care of someone. This is when you lean in. This is when you get to listen very carefully. So just turn the headset up for a moment here while she shares the best piece of advice she's ever been given and how it can help you.
Wow. Shay, so many things come to mind, but I'm going to keep it grassroots because that's who I am. I remember my mother, who was my first coach. She shared with me, she created a song for me as a teenager, and the song was named I Look Good to Myself. She created this song. She made up this song, and the lyrics go on and say the same thing. I look good to myself. Listen, brother, I've never forgotten that. Even when I was challenged emotionally, mentally, financially challenged, divorce, a single mom, negative $5.75 in my account, business debt up to here. My mom taught me, Tammie, you look good to yourself. What does that mean? That means literally, it does not matter what I go through. It's how I see me. When you walk in the room, Shay, a great example, when Shay walks in a room, he lights the whole room up. People know there's energy, there's joy, because the brother knows who he is. He understands that he looks good to himself. I want to tell people, no matter where you are, what you've been through, what life has thrown your way, you look good to yourself. It's getting better all the time. Things are truly falling into place.
Man, I'm enjoying this. I'm so glad we have this time together as we come down the home stretch. Two-part question here. Number one, what type of clients is your firm working with these days? if any? And number two, how can both best connect with you? Over and beyond this conversation, how can they best connect with you so they can stay connected with you?
Awesome, awesome. So, of course, I'm at TammieHarrisCoaching.com. That's Tammie with the IE, HarrisCoaching.com. I'm also at TammieHGroup.com, the letter H group.com. And my phone number is 919-418-1376. And I'm always looking for new folks that coach up. I say all the time, I didn't come to call you out. I came to call you up. I have many programs. I'm starting a program this week, matter of fact, called Sell and Grow Rich. It's a 12-week program, and it helps shift your mindset, give you tangibles, the pain points. We help you solve those problems to get you to your next. I have the Confident Woman program, the Confident Man. That's a 7-week program where we show you how to be the boss unapologetically, walk in the room, on the stage, write the book, do whatever you need to do, and so many other classes and courses at Tammie Harris Coaching, Sell and Grow Rich Academy. And we want to work with anybody who's ready to go to their next.
Well, I love it. Thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you as well. It's always good to be on the show with someone like yourself. You're amazing. And thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for just showing up, by the way. If you hit the share button, we acknowledge you. Without you, we want to let you know we understand there is no show. So thank you. We look forward to seeing you at our next episode. And every night, I love to share with you and with myself and with the audience that how amazing you are. And hadn't Tammie done such a great job reminding you of that? How fantastic you are, how you're just one of one type of person that exists on the planet, and you're special and you're awesome. And because of that reason, your best is still yet to come. Yeah, today is your January 1st, but your best is still yet to come. Your better days are ahead of you, and that's got to be encouraging. So thanks for tuning in. My name, for those folks that are curious, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless. And we wish you success. Thanks a lot, Tammie. We out of here. Peace, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.